What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Moose Lodge back at you with another video, man. Today's topic is a funny one because I had just seen a video of a dude basically crying about how trucking sucks again. And we're going to talk about local versus regional versus over the road, right? Over the road is exactly what it sounds like. You live in the truck, you come home once or twice a month. You see all the different states. You live in the truck, basically, and you visit home every once in a while. Regional is exactly what it sounds like. You do a certain region, whether it's the Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, Northwest, Southwest, whatever. That's your area. You typically don't go outside of your region. If you do, you come right back afterwards, and you're home more often. A lot of times you're home at least once a week, depending on where you live. In proximity to your terminal, you could be home more than that. You work probably like a 5-day schedule or something like that. You come home, you still sleep in the truck, but you don't live in the truck. Local, again, it's all self-explanatory. You work in your area, you work in your state, you go home every night. Which one of these is best doesn't really matter. I mean, there's pros and cons to all of them. Me personally, I chose to do regional because I don't like driving to work. I don't like driving to work. So once a week I go home, maybe 2-3 times a week, depending on where I'm going. And I come back, I get in the truck, my shit's already in here, I go make the money, I come home. See, a lot of people will have you believe that the real money is in local trucking. That's bullshit, right? How does that even make any sense? I mean, a lot of the most valuable commodities come from out of state. They come through off the ports. They are manufactured and distributed across the country. So how are you going to make the most money locally when the most expensive goods are coming into your state? The truth is, you can make a lot of money doing any of these strategies. OTR, local, regional. You can make a lot of money doing any of them, right? And there is no, you're guaranteed to make more money over the road, you're guaranteed to make more money local or regional. It doesn't work that way. And this is why I say it doesn't matter if you're local, regional, or over the road. What matters is the company that you work for. That's what matters. It does not matter where you go or what you're doing or how your job is. Now, if you prefer a certain style over the next, that's fine. But don't say that, oh, you're gonna make more money regional or you're gonna make more money OTR or local, because it's just not true, right? It just depends on the company. A lot of people have a problem with regional or local because they feel like, oh, I'm in the truck 24/7, so I should be getting paid 24/7. I mean, how stupid does that sound? I mean, why would you getting paid 24/7 if you're not working 24/7? As much as you want to play mental gymnastics in your mind and convince yourself that because you're away from home you're working, whatever, dude. I don't know any high-level profession that doesn't work off the clock. Lawyers work off the clock. Doctors work off the clock. Nurses work off the clock. All of these other high-level professions work off the clock. They're not quote unquote being paid to do it. So the idea that us as truckers should be getting paid while not working is ridiculous. If you don't like trucking, then don't do it. It's really that simple. But you can't try and shame the industry and make the industry seem worse because you're a weenie, right? That's basically what it comes down to. Because oh, when I do a pre-trip, I'm not getting paid while I do the pre-trip. I'm sitting in this truck away from my family and I'm not getting paid for this, but I still have to wash the truck and wash the load, right? So I'm technically still working. Let's be honest. You're not getting out the truck every 15 minutes going to look at the back of the trailer to make sure the load is safe. If someone walks up on you with a gun and tells you, give me what's in there, you're not gonna fight them off. You're not gonna bodyguard this load. If someone walks up to you with a gun and says, get out the truck, give me the truck, you're not gonna hesitate. You're gonna get out and give them the truck. So let's not play these games like, oh, I'm watching the equipment, I'm watching the load. No, you're not. You're in here because you have nowhere else to go. It's really that simple. Now, you know, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because so many of these people cry about, I'm not getting paid, but I'm doing the work, right? It just depends on the company you're at. It really it does, because for me, I'm gonna show you my last week's check, right? Not much, $12.48, but what I want you to pay attention to is right there where it says layover, which means I wasn't doing shit, right? How much did I get paid for not doing shit? $750 to do nothing. Actually, I was doing something. Let me show you what I was doing. Playing a game. I was playing a game, man. Armored Core, Fires of Rubicon. That actually was my worst check since I started here. What had happened was I had got a breakdown. My air conditioning went out in Texas, so I had to go to the terminal, and while they fixed it, they paid me $250 a day while they were fixing my truck. I ain't mad. You know, sitting in docks. Oh, I don't want to sit in the dock all day. I should be getting paid for sitting in the dock. Detention. $100. It's just 1 week. This a different week too. This what I made that week. Gross $17.50, brought home $15, $12.73. Right? I got 6 months experience, bro. I haven't been driving for 2-3 years. I make more money than dudes that have been driving for 2-3 years. Why? Because I went to a company that's gonna pay me what I want to be paid. I didn't sit around and cry and talk about how, oh, I'm not getting paid for this, I'm not getting paid for that. Trucking sucks. I know trucking doesn't suck. You wanna know how I know trucking doesn't suck? Because there are truck drivers who have houses, who have nice cars, who have businesses, who have money and live comfortably. So if there are truck drivers who live comfortably and have houses and cars and all of that stuff, trucking must be decent, right? I mean, let's use common sense. If your experience is bad, you're doing something wrong. You know, it's really as simple as that. I don't really know how much more I could break it down to you. If you feel like you should be getting paid for doing pre-trips and sitting in docks and you don't have a load and you're sitting there and not getting paid for it, well, guess what? Leave the company and find a company that will pay you for sitting without a load. Find a company that will pay you for sitting in a dock. Find a company that will pay you if the truck breaks down. They exist. I'm here. I'm at a company that does just that. And no, you don't need 2, 3, 4, 5 years experience to go to these companies. I only have 6 months. 7 now, because I've been here for a month. Right? It's called doing your due diligence. That's exactly what I talked about in my last video. I don't have to break down 53-foot trailers full of food, full of mail, full of packages. I'm not doing that shit. Okay? You ask me, if I'm doing that kind of work, I need to be making $2,000 to $3,000 a week if you want me doing that kind of labor. Straight up. I worked for a beer company before where I had to deliver 3, 4, 500 cases of beer. Rain, snow, ice, it doesn't matter. You got to deliver the beer. You don't deliver the beer, you don't get paid. What about those days where you don't feel like working that hard? What about those days where you ain't get a lot of sleep and you want to rest? You ain't gonna be able to do that. See, I just want to make sure that everybody else is giving their opinion on trucking. I just want to give mine too, because I don't want people to be misled by, you know, the people who have bad experiences. Quite frankly, they do dumb shit and wonder why when things go wrong, they want to blame the industry. Like, they do dumb shit, and then when things go wrong, they want to blame the industry. If you got 2-3 years experience, there's no way you should be working at a company that hires people out of CDL school. That's ridiculous. Honestly, that's ridiculous. Because what you're doing is you're basically lowering your value to that of a driver that just got out of CDL school, because y'all doing the same job, right? Like, I'm at a company where you have to have 6 months experience to work here. So it's gate kept. That means the company expects more of us, which means the company can compensate us more because we're not new, right? Now, if I stay here till I got 2 years, 3 years experience, I'm gonna go to a company that requires you to have 2 to 3 years experience to work there. So that way I'm compensated accordingly. You got these dudes who go to the first company that called them back. That's not how you get a good job. Yes, that's how you get a job, but that's not how you get a good job. Good jobs, it's a process. You're going to be vetted. Your background is going to be scrutinized because they want to know that they can trust you with the money they're about to pay you. I don't understand how that's so hard to understand, you know, but I just wanted to upload a video to talk about that because I had just seen a video that was on my mind. It should get on my nerves. But yeah, man, stay tuned. If you got any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll make a video about them. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Moose Lodge. I'm about to go play the game.